This project is on Viagra, and I will be performing a marketing analysis of the drug. Our talking points for today on the marketing analysis of Viagra will include product category, market overview, external environment, which includes your opportunities and threats, target markets and segments, industry marketing mix, which consists of the product offering, distribution, pricing, promotion, and we'll also talk about product positioning and differentiation. The product category or industry is the erectile dysfunction industry. Erectile dysfunction, which is also known as ED, refers to the condition of being unable to develop or maintain an erection of the penis. It is estimated that 10 to 20 million Americans experience a recurring erectile dysfunction at some point in their lives, which is estimated to be about 1 in 10 men. Erectile dysfunction can result from a number of causes, which include both psychological and physiological, and sometimes these causes cannot be treated with drugs. Some physical causes of erectile dysfunction include the following: heart disease, clogged blood vessels, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, alcoholism, and other forms of substance abuse. In addition, surgeries or injuries that affect the pelvic area or spinal cord can definitely result to an erectile dysfunction. Some psychological effects include the following: depression, anxiety or other mental health conditions, stress and relationship problems with a significant other can definitely result to an erectile dysfunction. With these causes, there comes an effect on its victims. The effect of an erectile dysfunction includes the following: an unsatisfactory sex life, stress or anxiety, embarrassment or low self-esteem, marital or relationship problems, and ultimately the inability to get your spouse pregnant. There are a numerous amount of treatment for erectile dysfunction. Some of the treatments include the following: the use of PDE5 inhibitors, which includes Cialis, Levitra, and Viagra. The use of PDE5 inhibitors is the most commonly used method for treating erectile dysfunction. Other methods include vacuum constriction device, penile prosthesis, vascular reconstructive surgery, injection therapy, and testosterone replacements. These drugs, such as Cialis, Levitra, and Viagra, have been known to have numerous side effects in men that take this medication. Some of these side effects include the following: headache, flushing, stuffy or runny nose, back pain and muscle aches, temporary vision changes, and dizziness or fainting. Regardless of the side effects, the manufacturers of these products, Eli Lilly and Company, Bayer, and Pfizer, have found the market to be lucrative. The total sales in this industry has amounted to over $4 billion. Pfizer's Viagra was the first drug to be effectively administered to patients for the treatment of erectile dysfunction. Since its introduction in 1998, Bayer and Eli Lilly have also entered into the market with the drugs Viagra and Cialis, respectively. However, the erectile dysfunction market has faced some major amounts of setbacks, especially after the state and federal insurance programs decided to remove coverage for erectile dysfunction medications. Market overview. Market size. The global erectile dysfunction drugs market is valued at 4.3 billion US dollars. The market size is composed of 150 million men who globally experience chronic erectile dysfunction. Of the 150 million men, 30 million are men in the United States of America. These numbers are emphasized by the fact that 50% of all men between the ages of 40 to 70 years experience some form of erectile dysfunction. Growth rate. The growth rate of Viagra within the United States is at 16.4%. The average Viagra growth rate in European countries is at 18.38%. Canada's average Viagra growth rate is at 27.7%. Mexico's is at 47.8%. Brazil is at 37.1%. And Australia is at 15.5%. The total global Viagra growth rate is at 18.6%. Overall, Viagra still holds a market-leading share of 47% in the erectile dysfunction drug market. Within the erectile dysfunction drug market, there are three major competitors, namely Eli Lilly and Company, who are the makers of Cialis, Bayer, the makers of Viagra, and Pfizer, the maker of Viagra. Of all the products in the erectile dysfunction drug market, there are problems that still exist. Such problems include high price, high side effects, short period of duration, limited offers. Within the erectile dysfunction drug market, problems such as insurance coverage, counterfeit drugs, sexually transmitted diseases, and patent expiration are expected to hamper the growth of the market. The expectant patent expiration of major competitors outside the United States is expected to greatly impact the erectile dysfunction drug market. While patent expiration of erectile dysfunction drugs is expected to restrain the growth of the drug market in developed regions, their increasing adoption in emerging economies is expected to drive the global erectile dysfunction drugs market. External environments, opportunity and threats. Let's start with opportunity. Positive clinical results. Based on research conducted and clinical trials, Viagra has been known to have hidden benefits. Some of the hidden benefits include the use of the drug Viagra in treatments for illness such as multiple sclerosis and memory loss. The reason being that Viagra increases blood flow and glucose level processing in the brain. The next opportunity is a positive publicity. Given that Viagra is a controversial drug for most men with erectile dysfunction, They see Viagra as a pursuit of happiness. With that being said, a positive publicity allows consumers to see the importance and hidden benefits associated with Viagra. This in turn leads to opportunities above and increase in sales or profits. Threats: new product launches or entrants into the market. The threat posed by new entrants into the market are consumers would have options as well as substitutes for products similar to Viagra. When consumers have options, they tend to shop for the best product, taking their loyalty and business to another company. This results to a potential dent in the market share of a company. Currently, a new entrant into the market is Stendra, which is said to take medical effect in as little as 15 minutes faster than Viagra. The next threat is entry of generics. The entrance of generics into markets results in lost profits as these products are less expensive to acquire. In addition, there is always the possibility of a bad publicity as the side effects are more detrimental on the generic brands. A bad publicity affects the image of a product as consumers place a stigma on it. Price reduction and price wars. Price reduction leads to competition among manufacturers as well as retailers. Retailers are in the business of making profit. If prices are reduced for a particular product, it reduces the profit margin for that product category, as consumers always make decisions when it comes to price. In the same manner, the process affects the manufacturer who manufactures the product. The next threat to the product Viagra is aggressive competitive campaign. Aggressive promotion of a pharmaceutical product may expand demands by attracting patients who are not a good match for the drug and more likely to experience adverse drug reaction. This in turn may raise likelihood of regulatory interventions and litigation and internalization of the full cost of actions by pharmaceutical companies. Target market and segmentation. The target market are men with erectile dysfunction whose income are greater than $2,000 monthly. Erectile dysfunction drug market industry is segmented by major brands such as Cialis, Viagra, and Levitra. In addition to being segmented by major brands, the drug market also is segmented by pipeline products which are making its way into the market. It is also segmented by geography, which is North America, Europe, and Asia Pacific. Based on research conducted, these regions are areas in which the drugs for erectile dysfunction are sold predominantly. Also, the erectile dysfunction drug market is segmented by treatment methods. Such treatment methods are the use of PDE5 inhibitors such as Cialis, Viagra, and Levitra. In addition to these methods, we have vacuum constriction device, penile prosthesis, vascular reconstructive surgery, injection therapies, and testosterone replacement strategy. The erectile dysfunction drug market is also segmented by age groups of men with erectile dysfunction. Such age groups are 20 to 39, 40 to 49, 50 to 59, 60 plus. The reason why these age groups are segmented is because of the needs. The men who are less than 40 years of age might not have a need for Viagra because of shame or because of the stigma surrounding the use of the drug Viagra. However, they are considered a target market and also considered a segment of the market because those make up a huge number, I believe 15% of the users of Viagra. Product strategy. Viagra's current product strategy is to sell additional benefits of using Viagra to its users or consumers. Some of these benefits include treatment of heart failure, mental health and cognitive balance, stroke, and neuroprotection. Research showed that Viagra has the potential to improve heart function and potentially save the lives of people with specific heart issues. Johns Hopkins Hospital back in 2009 revealed Viagra's effect on the single protein RGS2, which protects the body's main blood pumping organ from spiraling into a heart failure. Researchers also reported trials that was conducted on athletes through the use of Viagra. It appears that Viagra improved the cardiovascular and exercise performance trials of the cyclists by up to 45%. According to the medical journal Stroke back in 2002, Viagra increased brain levels of chemicals in the brain that invoke stroke recovery and reduces neurological deficits. This suggests that Viagra may have a role in promoting recovery from the stroke. Given these additional benefits with the use of Viagra, Pfizer is actually pushing forth to market Viagra as having these additional benefits to its users and the public. The next component of the industry market mix is distribution. Currently, Pfizer has a direct-to-customer approach distribution system through the use of Viagra.com. In 2013, Pfizer launched Viagra Home Delivery, a new prescription fulfillment website for Viagra. The site is powered by CVS Pharmacy and accessible through Viagra.com. The site offers men with erectile dysfunction an opportunity to purchase Viagra online, of course, with a valid prescription from a trusted source. This is a major event in the pharmaceutical industry because it shows that pharmaceutical industries can now cut out the middlemen, which is the retailers or the pharmacy, to have that personal experience or personal encounter with the users of the drug Viagra, which enhances the quality of life. With Viagra home delivery, men with erectile dysfunction can submit new Viagra prescription or refill an existing one, estimate their copay in real time, and check order status from the privacy of their homes. Pricing strategy. As shown on the slides, Viagra's initial pricing strategy was to increase sale price by 3% at the time of introduction. However, due to new entrants into the market, Cialis and Levitra, Viagra increased its sale prices to meet the price of its competitors. Cialis and Levitra entered into the market in 2003, and this led to the increase in prices as shown on the charts. In addition to changing its price strategy based on competition, Viagra is increasing its prices because of the expiration of its patents. When a patent expires, it calls for the availability of a generic brand. Given that the market for erectile dysfunction is affected heavily by generic brands, Viagra is increasing its prices to ensure that future losses are covered with current gain. Promotional strategy. Pfizer has always promoted Viagra as an effective product for erectile dysfunction. This has been accomplished through the use of sponsorship for great campaign in TV and radio using aids of pressure groups about erectile dysfunction. In addition to that, Pfizer has also promoted Viagra through the use of public figures to create awareness. For example, Viagra was advertised directly to the U.S. consumers on TV under the endorsement by former U.S. Senator Bob Dole and football star Pele. Currently, Viagra is using women to target men on the treatment of erectile dysfunction through their current advertisement. In addition to that, Viagra is informing its users additional benefits on the use of Viagra. Basically, given the research that has been shown and tested, it shows that Viagra is beneficial in the treatment of pulmonary hypertension, altitude sickness, and also can be used in sports. Product positioning. The slides contains different commercials used by each of the competitors to position their products in the mind of its consumers. Since Cialis and Levitra entered into the market a few years back, Viagra has been searching for a new positioning. As Cialis started to talk about the mood using their "when the time is right" emotional language, Viagra started pushing masculinity and trotting out older celebrities to reinforce its credibility. As Cialis started being more about the relationship, Viagra became more about the man. On the other hand, Levitra is positioning its product as a conversational piece to engage consumers whose erectile dysfunction is a result from a complication such as high cholesterol and diabetes. In the current year, Viagra have seemed to tweak their positioning again, this time using women to clearly market themselves as a solution to erectile dysfunction. While this positioning has always been available to them, they seem to have avoided it in the past as either being too trite or narrowly defining. In looking at the executions, it seems that Viagra understands that women are also victims of erectile dysfunction when their partner suffers.
You've reached the age where giving up isn't who you are. This is the age of knowing how to make things happen. So why let erectile dysfunction get in your way? Talk to your doctor about Viagra. 20 million men already have. Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain. It may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects include headache, flushing, upset stomach, and abnormal vision. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease or loss in vision or hearing. This is the age of taking action. Viagra. Talk to your doctor.
It's just you and your honey. Setting is perfect. But then erectile dysfunction happens again. You know what? Plenty of guys have this issue, not just getting an erection, but keeping it. Well, Viagra helps guys with ED get and keep an erection. And you only take it when you need it. Good to know, right? If ED is stopping what you started, ask your doctor about Viagra.
Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain. It may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects include headache, flushing, upset stomach, and abnormal vision. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease or loss in vision or hearing.
Ask your doctor if Viagra is right.
she's still the one for you. And Cialis for daily use helps you be ready anytime the moment is right. Cialis is also the only daily ED tablet approved to treat symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines, and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any allergic reactions like rash, hives, swelling of the lips, tongue, or throat, or difficulty breathing or swallowing, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use and a free 30-tablet trial.
I know I have high cholesterol, but I didn't know it may have led to my erectile dysfunction. Then my doctor told me about Levitra.
Having diabetes changed my life, but I didn't know it might lead to ED. So I asked my doctor about Levitra. He said it's made for guys with ED.
If you're a guy with high cholesterol or diabetes, Levitra is proven to help treat your ED.
Ask your doctor if you are healthy enough for sexual activity. If you have heart problems or are on alpha blocker therapy, talk to your doctor before taking Levitra. Do not take Levitra if you take nitrates for chest pains, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects may include headache, flushing, and stuffy or runny nose. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help if you experience an erection lasting longer than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease in vision or hearing, stop taking Levitra and call your doctor right away.
Levitra works for many. Maybe it can work for you.
Over 1 million guys have already taken Levitra.
Why wait? Ask your doctor if Levitra is right for you.
Product differentiation. The table above identifies the differences which exist between each product and the competition. To define each differences, 8 components were identified. And these components are efficacy, onset of action, recommended dose, duration of action, food interaction, most common side effects, less common side effects, and distribution. The most talked about component here is the food interaction and distribution. Food interaction has always been a huge differentiator across all 3 products. The reason because some of the erectile dysfunction products or drugs are not compatible with some food substances. Example of that food substance is a high-fat meal. As you can see, Viagra is less effective if you eat a high-fat meal. Levitra, on the other hand, is less effective when you eat high-fat meal. However, Cialis works without regards to what you eat, which sets it apart from its competitors. Another component which is of a great importance is distribution. Currently, Viagra is the only product who is actually letting its users go online at Viagra.com to purchase or make their purchases of the product of Viagra. This is huge. It's a huge strategy because now users can actually sit back and relax at the comfort of their home and purchase the medication without feeling the need to go out and stand in line and feel ashamed that they're purchasing an erectile dysfunction product. So this sets Viagra apart from its competitors, as Levitra and Cialis are currently using intermediaries and retail stores to sell their products. So when you look at this table, it gives you an idea of all the differences that exist across all 3 products, and it gives you an idea of what the consumers are buying and the value of what they're getting. We have come to the end of our presentation. During the presentation, we presented a market analysis of the drug Viagra. We talked about the product category, we talked about the market overview, we also talked about the external environment which affect the product. We also talked about the target markets and segments and the industry marketing mix, as well as the product positioning and differentiation. I hope you all enjoyed this presentation. Thank you.